Welcome back to my channel. I am Crystal Holiday, and today we are going to be making something so delicious, some eggplant parmesan. It is going to be the best eggplant parmesan you ever tasted. I already know, okay? And here are our ingredients. We have our beautiful eggplant. We have a variety of different cheeses, Parmesan, Romano, and then I have a mixture of the Asago Fontina, Parmesan, I have fresh mozzarella, I have a little bit of Mexican, name it and I got it when it comes down to cheese. I have panko bread crumbs, the Italian season, and I also have the Italian just plain bread crumbs with the Romano cheese. And we're going to get started. What we're going to do is we're going to take the skin off the eggplant. And I'm going to try to take as less skin off as possible. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut this as thin, and I'm going to try to cut each one to be exactly the same, but cut each one to be about this thin. I wish I had like a machine to do it, but that's pretty good. So we're just going to cut it all up. Now that you got all of your eggplant cut, you're going to get a sheet, because what you want to do is you want to draw the water out. Now I have some coarse salt. I'm just going to lay it on the baking sheet with the paper towel, because you want to take and just put the salt right on top. Yeah. You know, I'm going to put a little bit on the back right here. So I want to get this salt out. I mean, not salt, the water out of it. A couple heavy books on top of this. While the eggplant water is being extracted out, let's get our garlic ready, because what we're going to do is we're going to start our sauce, our tomato sauce. We're going to start seasoning our tomato sauce with our garlic. Okay, we have our garlic cut, and we're going to cut our beautiful red pepper. And you know, red peppers, I have a love for red peppers. They are my favorite pepper, the red ones. Oh my goodness, they're so delicious. So I'm just going to cut these. And yes, we do hear Violet outside playing with her little playground. Cut these in some little chunks, because I'm going to saute this in some olive oil. Okay, we have our onion, and we're just going to cut our onion into some cubes. Along with the red peppers. I'm just going to wait a few moments while the onions and the green peppers cook. Not the green peppers, the orange peppers cook a little while, and then I'll put my garlic in. While this is cooking, I'm going to put a little bit of this herbs of Italy right in here. Let's give it a little seasoning, a little bit of Italian seasoning. And I'm going to bit of pepper. This is the 3 peppercorn pepper. I love this. And just a little bit of Himalayan salt. A little. Give this a little stir. I did decide to put some green peppers in. I'm going to put my garlic in now. Just give it a little stir. Let this continue to cook. And I'm just going to add the tomato sauce right in. And I'm just going to use some chunky ragu sauce. Just pour it right in here. But this right here, the onions and the peppers and the garlic gives it such a beautiful flavor. And we're just going to let that cook together and just marry with one another. Okay, we're going to take the sheet off. And look at all of this moisture. This is exactly what you want. You want this moisture going up out of here. Well, as much moisture as possible. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a napkin and I'm actually, you know, wiping the salt off and drying it. Drying the eggplant off. Because you don't want the eggplant to be watery. I think that's some of the reason why people don't like eggplant, because of the consistency. But eggplant is quite delicious. And you know, I wish I had a machine to cut this. This one right here is absolutely perfect. Perfect. So I'm just going to continue to, you know, wipe these off and dry them. So right now we're going to put some breadcrumbs. I already put some breadcrumbs in there. And we're going to mix the panko breadcrumbs together. And we're just going to mix them together. We're going to set this aside. Okay, we have our breadcrumbs and panko breadcrumbs, our flour, and then here's the second egg. In the egg, I'm just putting a little bit of Italian seasoning. At this point, you really don't need any salt, because the salt, you have enough salt with drying out the eggplant. And at this point, it's just an assembly line. You're going to dip it in the flour. I did not season the flour because the breadcrumb has seasoning on it, and the eggplant has enough salt. And then you just dip it in the egg mixture. And then I really should have a fork, and I'm going to get a fork after this. And then mix it right in, dip it right in the bread. And I'm going to tell you, you are going to love this. And then it'll look just like that. And you put it right here on the baking pan. Our pan ready to fry up our eggplant. And this is what makes the eggplant taste so good. When you fry up the eggplant nice and perfect. And we just let that brown. Okay, it's just about ready to turn. You want a nice golden brown color, just like that. Just like that. Okay, once they get like this, golden brown like that, then you're just going to put it on a drying rack. I'm just turning it a little bit so that the other side can get as golden as this side. And then take them right off. Now, while that's frying, I do have some Chinese broccoli that I didn't list as one of the ingredients, but I am going to put this in. And it actually looks like collard greens, but you're just going to take the stem off of each one, because this is going to be our vegetable component. And we're just going to cut it just like that. And actually, this is before the broccoli actually developed. This is like the leaf of the broccoli. Next, we're going to cut up some mozzarella cheese, grate some mozzarella cheese right in this bowl. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make our little mixture to go on top of the broccoli leaves when it's in the oven. And this right here is one of the secret ingredients to make it taste so pleasing to the palate. So we're just going to cut this up. We're going to put just a little bit of the Asiago Fontina cheese in. Just a couple of handfuls of it. And we're going to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan Romano in the bowl as well. Okay. We're going to take our ricotta cheese. I didn't have the ricotta cheese as one of the ingredients, but it is one of the ingredients. And we're just going to put a little bit in here. A couple teaspoons. We'll put our egg right in. I'm going to see if I only need one egg first. I'm just going to mix this together. And yes, I do need 2 eggs. And just mix this together very well. And set it aside. Now what I did is I cut up some fresh basil. And you're just going to sprinkle the fresh basil right in. Stir that in. Now basil tastes so good with lasagna, with to me anything Italian tastes basil just tastes good with. But then again, basil tastes good with seafood as well. I just love basil. So stir this in. So you have a nice amount. Okay, now set this aside. Now here are our golden fried eggplant. I just placed them on the rack so that they can drip dry from frying them. Don't put them on a piece of napkin to dry out. To drip dry. Put them on a rack like this so that they can stay nice and crunchy. Nice and crunchy, okay? Okay, this is the fun part. We're going to put some of the tomato sauce that we made right on the bottom. It smells so good. Nice. You see them nice chunks. Let me put this in a little bit more. Okay. And then we're just going to layer the eggplant right on the bottom. And you talking about something good, piece of cheese out on that. Your egg. Okay, now what I did was I wrapped each eggplant patty with this. Now they look like collard greens, but they're not. Remember, I said they are is a broccoli leaf, okay? And then you want to take your ricotta mixture and put it right on top of the leaf. Each leaf is going to get a little bit of the ricotta mixture with the basil. Okay. Each one of the patties. And once you put the ricotta mixture, this goodness, on top of each one, then you're going to take your tomato sauce that you put all the goodness in with the garlic and the green peppers and the red peppers, and just put it right on top. Now once you finish putting the tomato sauce on, we're just going to put our mozzarella cheese. And I like fresh mozzarella cheese because it melts better than the bag cheese to me. And it just tastes better. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of the fresh basil on top. And then I'm going to put some, this is what I'm putting on here, some of the rosemary garlic. Sprinkling it right on top. Because we're layering flavor, flavor, flavor. That's what it's all about. And then a little teeny bit of the tomato basil. Okay. And we're going to put this in the oven at 350 until nice and bubbly. Till the cheese is melted and nice and bubbly. And I will let you know exactly how long I left it in. Okay, in the oven it goes. Then for 25 minutes. Look at this. Nice and bubbly and ooey and gooey. Look at my face. Look at my face. Now you know what time it is. Look at this vision of loveliness. Eggplant parm. Oh, good Lord, thank you for the food that I'm about to receive. In Jesus' name, amen. Let me just gonna cut a little piece. Just gonna pick it up. And of course, we gotta blow it. Delicious. Oh my God. The cheese oozing. I'm just melting in my mouth. I taste the basil. I taste the peppers, the onions, the garlic. Oh my goodness. It's so delicious. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. The vegetables in it is so delicious, which it is broccoli. It's a broccoli leaf. And I'm just going to cut one more piece. If you don't like eggplant, you will like it now. Trust me, follow this recipe, and you will be an eggplant lover. It's so hot. Y'all. This is a knockout punch. You got to try this recipe. This recipe will please all people who like Italian food. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I am Crystal Holiday, and as always, be blessed.